Hey guys, it's Jay from Mother of Mew. I know my voice is weird. Yeah, I know it kind of sucks, but just try and ignore it and enjoy the video. Gonna try and do these if you like them once or twice a week. If not, I'm just not gonna do them anymore. I'm basically gonna ask on the page for a topic, a Pokemon topic to discuss, and I'm gonna talk about. So today is Gen 5 and my thought on the Pokemon and if they're real Pokemon, how they look. I think they look perfectly fine, and the big three complaints I see I'm going to tackle is how the Pokemon aren't like really Pokemon like. But what defines what something is Pokemon like? They have to be animal like? No, we had Machamp. We had Execute. We had a lot of things that weren't Pokemon animal like. We had Porygon. We had what else? I can think of a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon that aren't Pokemon like. I mean animal like. I'm sorry. Kind of tired. But so does that mean so what is Pokemon like? I mean, sure, Vanillix is an ice cream, but Vanillix serves a purpose because if you think about, I'd like to classify Pokemon as different types, and I have one type for Q Pokemon, and that contains Wiggly, Tough, Clefable, and from now on, when I'm making videos, I'm always going to list, when I'm referring to an evolution line, I'm just going to say the final evolution. So, like, when I say Clefable, I mean Cleffa, Clefairy, and Clefable when I say Clefable. So, just to clear that up. So you have the Q Pokemon, and every generation needs a certain amount of Q Pokemon. And Vanillix is just one of the Gen 5 ones. Sure, it's an ice cream, so it's not very animal-like, but it's kind of cool, and card game Vanillix is pretty fun. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's an ice cream. It's just another idea. There's no set definition on what Pokemon is. Coming off on that, people say that they're too Digimon-like or too Yu-Gi-Oh-like, with Kyurem and Reshiram being Digimon-like. And sure, they represent a power outlet, but they also are. Their main focus isn't the power outlet. Their main focus is to represent Yin Yang, and Kyurem being the absence of Yin Yang, so the absence of balance. And Kyurem's forms being different fusions. I don't know why people complain about that, because what I remember, people want fusion Pokemon. People want to catch the Blastoise Venusaur fusion that we saw in that one episode with Ghastly. So, don't hate. The next is that they're rip-offs of old Pokemon. Sure, Throw and Stalk might bear resemblance to Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, but they're actually based off of something from Japanese culture. And although I don't remember the actual name of what they are from Japanese culture, if you watch Dragon Ball Z at all, when Goku's running on the what's it called? I haven't watched. When Goku's running to King Kai's house and he falls down into hell and he meets those two little demon guys. Those are what Throw and Stalk were based off of. And they were originally supposed to have horns, but they didn't want to make them too similar to the Kaji trio, which is Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. So they took away the thorns and everything. And I mean, Klinklang being too similar to Magnezone? I mean, not really, because Klinklang makes more sense than Magnezone if you think about it. Klinklang evolves from one gear to a set of gears. Magnemite to Magneton makes sense. One magnet attracting more magnets. But then, evolving into one big magnet, it doesn't make sense, but I'm not complaining because they're all Pokemon. And then, Boufflant Tauros, I mean, I can't really complain. It's not, they're two different Pokemon. Sure, they're both based off of bulls, but they're different kind of bulls. Sure, they might have a resemblance, but a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon had a resemblance. I always thought that Wigglytuff and Clefable were very similar, but you don't see people ever complaining about that. So final point I want to discuss is how when Pokemon was first made, there were over 1,000 Pokemon planned out. The original game was supposed to have 190 alone, the original Red and Green and Red and Blue. They took out, obviously, 40 of them for 150 and then added Mew at the last second to make 151 because they wanted to save. They didn't have enough time and space in the game and they wanted to save some for later. And so technically, all Pokemon that we have now could be from the original 1000, making all Pokemon original Gen 1. So, I mean, people can complain that they're not real Pokemon, but I'm sure some of the designs are a little wishy-washy. Like, I get people complaining about Vanillix being an ice cream, but Pokemon, they have no set what they have to be. They can be anything the creators want, and that's the main thing about it. People can't complain because a Pokemon is a Pokemon. It can't be it can be anything it wants as long as it's made by Game Freak and it's classified as a Pokemon. So, yeah, I mean, sure, Pokemon has changed a little, but besides some people not liking the designs, I feel that if you were to show the design, if you were to spare the designs to program them in a game with the graphics of Gen 1 and put all 649 Pokemon in Gen 1 with red and blue graphics, people would not complain about something not being Pokemon-like. And I posted a picture on Mother and Mew of what some Pokemon would be like if they were in Gen 1 from Gen 5, and what Pokemon are like in Gen 5 that are from Gen 1, and you can't tell the difference. If you put those Gen 5 spirits in Gen 1, I'm sure a lot of people would be, I'm sure all of them would be, believe that they're Pokemon, because they are Pokemon. And just to back up my 1,000 Pokemon theory that they were all already designed, Tortuga, the water, rock, fossil, turtle thing, it actually has a very similar Pokemon. I'm not saying that they're all in the original forms that they were designed when they first designed the first 1000. I'm sure they made changes, but Tortuga resembles a turtle thing that was in the Gen 2 magazine, a magazine that covered some new Gen 2 Pokemon that was never released. So, yeah, I think that was designed since at least Gen 2, because look it up yourself, beta unreleased Pokemon, and you're going to see a turtle that looks very similar to Tortuga. So, I feel that, if not all, most of them were already designed by Gen 1 or 2. So, they're all real Pokemon. They're all made by Game Freak. Sure, some might not be as animal-like or as close to the original designs as people would like, but they're still all Pokemon. They still all serve a function. So they're all Pokemon. So and I get how people are nostalgic and like Gen 1 the best, but that doesn't mean Gen 5 is bad. Gen 5 has amazing graphics and music, and I love Gen 5 just as much as Gen 1, just as much as all the gens. So yeah, I say that we need to stop judging the Pokemon based off of what gen it's from, just more about what it can do and how people can enjoy it. Because I'm sure for all 649 Pokemon, each one is a favorite of somebody. 649 people all have different favorite Pokemons, one of each, and more than that, obviously. So, I'm running out of time, so sorry about my voice again. I have a very weird voice, but if you like this, let me know, and I'm going to do more of these videos. Subscribe here and subscribe to Mother of Mew. Peace.